Somewhere in Jacksonville, Florida, there is a wee diddy man by the name of TK, and he's quivering in his boots. There's shite coming out his drawers because CM Punk has arrived.
I tell you what, I bet he feels more unsafe now than he did when CM Punk was in the locker room.
This must be the most unsafe press conference that he's ever seen, but not according to Byron Saxton, who wanted to talk about Gunther beating The Miz. Who cares? Triple H puts his glasses on. There's only two things he sees. CM Punk.
Right, we're not going to spend ages talking about these matches because there's only one real thing we need to talk about. Opening match, Women's War Games match. You can check out the reaction on the channel. I don't like the War Games match. I don't like the concept. I think the rules are dumb. We had a cool top rope spot, I think, where Io Sky puts on the trash can, wears it like a helmet and flies off. I mean, cross-body style. That was pretty cool, but I mean, overall, the match wasn't that great.
No.
It's a win for the face side, and I'm sure that Damage Control are going to chuck Bailey out now, so yeah, that's pretty much what happened there. Then we move on to match number 2, The Miz versus Gunther, a match where only one man could win. If you thought The Miz had a chance here, then I guess you haven't been watching wrestling for the past 2 years, because there was only one guy winning this. Of course, it was Gunther, and I mean, The Miz kicked out the powerbomb. Like what? I mean, even in an Intercontinental match now, in a routine, easy victory for Gunther, The Miz is still kicking out of his finisher. Is that right?
Yeah, the match is like 10 times longer than what it needs to be. It does not need to be long. Again, this pay-per-view only had 5 matches, so I guess, well, you kind of need to make it a wee bit longer. Do you? Do you really? I mean, if Dragon Lee can make it to a pay-per-view, where the fuck's LA Knight's match?
Yeah, well, this is what WWE seem to do now. They just book people for a certain event and then you'll not see them again for another 2 events. Like, this never happened. Back in the day, all the top stars, hell, even the mid-carders and jobbers, they were continually booked. And yeah, I get it. The jobbers wouldn't make the majority of the pay-per-views and mid-carders would sometimes miss out. But your top guys, your main eventers and your upper mid-carders, they were always involved in the weekly shows and they always appeared in the big pay-per-views, or any pay-per-view for that matter, but WWE don't do that anymore. Like I said, LA Knight was in the last one, so he's not in this one. They just like randomly take people off. It is fucking weird why they do this. Makes no sense to me.
They're giving mid-carders the Roman Reigns schedule of not every pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's insane. Moving to the next match, Santos Escobar defeated Dragon Lee. This shouldn't be on any pay-per-view. I mean, this barely qualifies for a SmackDown. Hell, if I seen this on NXT, I wouldn't even be interested. But for some reason, it's on arguably the second biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
Alright, it's probably third or fourth, but I mean, come on, it's one of the top 4, and this match should not have been on it. Escobar won, nobody was shocked. We then had Rhea Ripley defeat Zoe Stark in another match. I mean, I think this is kind of similar to Gunther Miz. There was only one winner.
Yeah, there was. There only was one winner.
And I didn't want any of them to win.
The match, again, it's just too long.
So straight away, I'm on to a lose-lose here, because no matter who wins, I lose. Then we move into the men's main event match, and, you know, it's just the same shite as the women's, only difference is the face side have the advantage this time. The teases about whether or not Orton's going to return. Orton did return, but nobody really cared. Then they win the match, RKO off the top of the cage. But
doesn't end the match.
They win it, I mean, fucking hell. Like I remember Evan Bourne, like, done that move, shooting star press, into like that. I'd be like Orton lifting him up and doing a roll up or something after it. It'd be like shite.
See, considering though they know Punk's going to overshadow Orton, why not give Orton the fucking pin? Why does Cody need the pin over Priest? Why does Priest need to lose? Why can't JD Madonna take the pinfall? Who cares if he takes a pin? Honestly, we're in a wrestling period where they can't protect people who lose, and the people who win don't get over. So it's just the ultimate lose-lose.
And Orton's big return meant absolutely nothing.
Because CM Punk...
honestly, considering the way they've done this, I would have probably just had the men's match be first. Because I don't think what CM Punk done, I don't think it was necessary to have those people in the ring. You could argue he was coming out to look at Seth Rollins, but all he really did was come out to reconnect with the fans.
Yeah. But I guess we came out after the women's main event. It would have been weird.
True.
And no other match could really main event. And I think it would have been so obvious if it was like a segment ending the show. But the way they done it, guys, you know what? We've seen the logos appear. I thought it was game over. I did. But then it was lingering. And I was like,
Yeah.
Usually when you see the logo, you've got about 3 or 4 seconds. Good night.
I mean, the likes of Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, they're not even pally-pally, they're not friends, they were celebrating way too much.
Yeah.
And then CM Punk appears, he comes out with a nice wee shirt on, none of this whole men can get pregnant too crap, none of that. And he poses, does this whole best in the world thing, a new Cult of Personality remix song, and the crowd are going mental. And this is probably one of the biggest occasions we've seen in a long time.
And the fact is, I mean, you can talk about Rock Austin, but they're done. I mean, Punk can still go. He's the most controversial figure going in wrestling. The fact he just got fired for AEW makes him the number one.
Yeah, for me, he's hands down the most over guy that still can work full time. Or maybe not even can work full time. Most over guy that's willing to work full time.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I just think, I'm not saying CM Punk's bigger than Cena at this point, but I just think we've seen Cena come back and leave. I think CM Punk's definitely a bigger deal. I'm not saying he's a bigger attraction.
No, but what the equivalent would be if Cena went to AEW. Yeah. That's what you've got to look at. Like, if Rock and Austin went to... We've seen Rock Austin come back so many times for, like, the odd appearance, but if they actually went to AEW...
Look, I've always said it. I think CM Punk's the only guy that can save wrestling. And I'm not saying wrestling's going to get great just off him alone, but I think he does add a spark. I think he gives you an interest. There's certainly a reason now to watch Monday Night Raw. If this show had ended without CM Punk, there'd have been no reason to watch tomorrow night. Oh, Randy Orton's going to come out and slither like a snake, and I mean, who cares?
He's going to slither like a snake.
But now we know that CM Punk's back, so yeah, it was a shite show, but the ending's got me pumped for Raw, or SmackDown, or whatever CM Punk's going to appear next.
They could have produced the best show in ages, and I still wouldn't have been hyped for Raw. But the fact they brought Punk back makes me hyped for Raw, and it just proves segments and moments are better than matches.
100%. In terms of a rating, I'll give it a 2. I don't know why I'm giving it a 2. I'll give it a 2 for CM Punk.
You know what, right? I think it is one of the worst Survivor Series of all time, but it's one of the biggest moments in recent memory for Punk returning. So for that reason alone, I'll agree with a 2. But I think they booked it correct the way they done it in the main event.
But it just sums up how bad this wrestling is when we think that CM Punk coming back is arguably the biggest thing that could be done in wrestling. We're still giving the show a 2.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. 2 out of 10. We'll catch you in the next one. We'll sure we'll be talking.
That's the problem, right? If they actually did it, if they actually booked a proper show, right? With like, say Cena and Reigns were on here and like there was good feuds, and then Punk came back on top of that, we could be looking at dishing out like an 8. Like if they properly delivered a good pay-per-view, but we're not, and that's just the reality of it, guys. But anyway, CM Punk is back. Raw shall be intriguing in 2 days' time, and how long will he last? Triple H. How long are you going to keep that nose out of his business?
Time to play the Punk.
This is Endeavour as well, though. I think Endeavour's pulled the trigger here.
Yeah, no, I did think that.
Maybe Fox will want a wee renewal after binning them.
Possibly. I mean, I thought there was potential for it to happen back when Fox were working with CM Punk, and we know that...
I think with Punk, I mean, I know he's 45, but see the draw that he is, he could be the guy to single-handedly get the belt off Reigns, because... Well, let's be real.
I think he should.
But we talk about people like Rhodes, McIntyre, they're just not good enough.
I think everybody else that could have won the belt is already had their chance and failed. And no one who was a threat at one point is at that point where they were. I mean, Drew McIntyre, if he was ever going to do it, it would have been in the UK when the crowd were mental behind him. I think if Cody Rhodes was going to do it, it was going to be on his first attempt. Who really wants to see Cody Rhodes do it on Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns?
Let's not kid ourselves, right? Punk never got that Mania main event. We've got this historic title reign.
Yeah.
Have Punk beat Reigns, and I think that would be the final nail in AEW. That would be they got Punk and they fumbled it, man.
Fumbled the ball like American football, NFL, yellow flag, nay points. Anyway, guys, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. I'm sure we'll be talking about this over the next couple of days. Actually, I mean, there's been fucking zero news. There's been zero buzz in the wrestling world, especially for the WWE side over the past month. So I expect there to be a shitload of speculation and a shitload of rumours and breaking news coming out about this. So I wonder what last words for Tony Khan.
I'm not Shane.
I'm not Punk either.
We don't have Punk.
Don't worry, you've got fucking Adam Cole who looks like a megastar.
Aye, megastar. Who's the devil? Is it CM Punk? CM Punk might be the devil. No, Tony. It's all over, son. Good night.